Part of our 2024 North Dakota Optimist player profile. Joining us now from Northern Cass, she is Ellie Lucas, brought to you in part by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. And for you, Ellie, to get nominated your senior year to this All-Star game, what does it mean for you particularly?
It's truly an honor to play with some of the best players in the state. My sister played in it 2 years ago, so it was really fun to see her play and create friendships with just everyone around the state. So I'm really excited to just get out of my little Class B bubble and meet people from all across the state and from Class A.
Yeah, you mentioned your sister Emma. How much when you knew that you were going to make it, how much have you talked with her? What's the experience going to be like? What do you gain as a volleyball player because you are playing at the next level? So how much have you kind of talked with her a little bit about that, Ellie?
We haven't talked much, but she's super excited for me, and she says it's such a fun experience because she played with some of her future teammates now. So she just said to have fun and enjoy every single moment.
You mentioned playing with some of the best players across the state. When you saw the roster, you're getting, the red team, there's blue team. Obviously, you have Josie that's going to be there with you one more time, your fellow teammate. But when you saw the roster, was there anyone else that you're excited to kind of say, okay, I remember playing them at state, or I remember seeing them on highlights. It's going to be cool to have them on my team?
Yeah, Ava Jahner, she's really, really good. We played her in the state semis. And then McKenna Nold, she's amazing. I remember playing our game and then hearing that she got like 39 kills, and all of us were shocked and needed to check out the game. So I'm really excited to play because they're both very good players. I am envious that I don't get to play with Maya Vibito because she's super good. Playing against her throughout this season has always been a challenge for us. So it's going to be another challenge again.
Taking a look at the Northern Cass volleyball program, what does it mean on top of what you already kind of mentioned, though? But having a fellow teammate, continuing the legacy of having, really good volleyball players play in this game, and having your coach, also being there with Angie Johnson. What does it mean to kind of go out your high school career with your coach and with your teammate as well, Ellie?
It's really fun. Me and Josie have been like best friends on the court, and I'm so happy I get to play one final game with her. Um, And then with Angie, it's going to be like a comfort thing, having my coach there, and I just know how she coaches, so it's going to be nice. So it's not going to be too scary because I do know two players, or a player and a coach. So I'm really excited just to have one final time with Josie.
Favorite volleyball memory of all time? What's a couple of them that come to mind right off the top of the head for you?
Obviously winning state championships. It's always amazing. Playing with my sister, those are probably the two biggest ones. But then just like the little moments in the locker room and on the bus with the girls. Ari Anderson is one of my best friends. So just being able to do the last season with her. And then just kind of all the small little memories. It's not always memories on the court. I think I had most fun, in the locker room, getting ready for the game, the bus rides, team bonding. I mean, we're all just very different individuals, so we all kind of balance each other out. So it's always a fun little environment to be in.
Were you superstitious at all talking about that team bonding? Did the team have to do anything particular before the game, or did you as a player have to do anything particular before the game, Ellie?
I don't think I had anything particular. I think if I played good, I would like to have the same hairstyle. So for state, I had the same hairstyle for all 3 days, and I couldn't have hair in my face, so I would do like slick backs. But it's kind of just I have to have my hair good or to play good. That's kind of my thing.
And then you're heading off to Valley City State University to continue your volleyball career. Just take us through what was the right fit, both from, the athletic point of view, but also the academic point of view. What made Valley City State be the right decision for you, Ellie?
Yeah, I was still pretty iffy on playing college sports for a long time, and then I went to a prospect camp with the new coach, Coach Micklejohn, and then I met my future roommate, Addie Quilvang, there. So I just at the prospect camp, me and Addie got super close in like 8 hours, and I was like, I get to play with my sister again, so it kind of felt too good to be true. So I'm very excited to play, and I've also been surrounded by the girls just watching my sister for the last 2 years, so it just seemed like such a fun environment. And Coach Micklejohn seems really dedicated, and I'm really excited to be coached by her. And then obviously my friendship with Addie Quilvang, she's from Valley City. It was just too good to not be able to room with her and then be also her teammate as well.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And then what do you plan on studying once you get to Valley City?
Business administration and then marketing concentration. I'm trying to hopefully do more stuff on the marketing side. I love social media and stuff. So.
And would that kind of go into my next question? Is there a particular class at Northern Cass that you enjoyed that maybe was talking about marketing or business? What was your favorite class, I guess, being a JAG?
Yeah, I think surprisingly statistics, math, because of the business world. I took a lot of business classes my like freshman year, so I'm kind of exposed to that as well. But I think is my favorite class because I do surprisingly like math, because you can get the answer right and it could be this or it could be this. I like to know if my answers are right. So I think statistics was my favorite class.
Two more things for you, Ellie, before we let you go. First, from your coaches, obviously Angie Johnson. A lot of people have well documented your dad being the girls basketball coach as well with DC Lucas. So what have you learned from them, so to speak, off the court or even on the court to a degree that you hope to take with you, to college with the everyday part of being a student, but also kind of being part of a volleyball team as well? What do you hope to take from them, moving forward once you get to Valley City in the fall?
Yeah, just being able to take feedback, and not get super offended by it. With my dad, I get super offended with some stuff he says. So just being able to have like a strong mindset when going into sports and academics. I definitely take that from my dad because he says I'll have to learn. And then Angie, just being myself on and off the court. She helped me kind of find my place because sometimes I didn't know where I was on the court and off the court. So just kind of finding my role and what I'm there to do.
Take us through some words of advice for the next generation that's coming up that wants to play in an all-star game like this, be an all-region, caliber kind of a player. What'll be some words of advice that you went through, Ellie, that for that next person that's like, hey, I might want to play in college or playing a game like this? What will be some words that you'd like to pass down?
Just to have fun and kind of experience every single moment as it is. I think there are some moments in my high school career that I didn't think were fun and I kind of dreaded, but now looking back, I would do them over and over again. So just kind of enjoying the moment, and it's all going to work out in the future because sometimes you are in the moment and you're like, this is terrible. So it's all going to come back. Yeah, so just being kind of strong and being true to yourself, I think is the most important thing. And telling your coaches what is good for you and what you need is also very important. So honestly, just to have fun and enjoy the moment because I could do my high school volleyball, basketball experience over and over again if I could.
Hey, Ellie, congratulations again on being nominated to the Optimist Volleyball Series, and best of luck at Valley City State coming up in the fall.
Thank you so much.
On our Optimist Volleyball Player Profile Series, we're chatting with, from Dickinson Trinity, Delany Deschamp. And Delany, first of all, congratulations on being named to the Optimist Volleyball All-Star roster. What does it mean for you to be selected?
It just means a lot to be able to continue volleyball just before I start my college career. It's just really good to be able to play with new people around me.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you mentioned the new people. There's a lot of great athletes from around the state that are going to be participating in this event. Is there anyone in particular that you, maybe outside of your teammate or even including your teammate, that you were excited to find out you're playing with them?
For my team that I'm on, I actually don't really know a lot of the girls personally, so it'll just be exciting to see like how we play together, not knowing each other. But yeah.
Yeah, and I know, again, as I mentioned, your teammate Ava Jahner is on the team as well. Did you find out together that you were both on the team, or kind of what was the reaction like when you both found it?
Yeah, so we actually figured out, it was in like our first period class, we figured out that we were going to be on the team together. So just really exciting knowing that we would have each other for this process.
Yeah, awesome. And of course, a lot of great memories being a part of Dickinson Trinity Volleyball. Anything in particular about that or any other of your favorite sports memories?
One of my favorite volleyball memories is just our junior year regionals. That was when like we sort of just started bonding like a true team and just like a family. We all like communicated really well together, and that's when we really saw like our true potential for the future years.
Awesome. And you mentioned that this was going to be an exciting time for you before you moved on in the fall. Kind of what are your plans for the fall? Where do you intend on going? Are you going to play at the next level? And what do you plan on studying?
Yeah, so next year I'm going to be playing volleyball at Bismarck State College, and I plan on studying diagnostic medical sonography next year.
Kind of that's a lot of words there for an average broadcaster like me. Kind of what does that entail, and what got you excited into that field?
So it was actually last year when I dislocated my finger. It's like ultrasound technology. So I had an ultrasound done on my finger, and so then I just started looking more into it because I was sort of like fascinated on how it works. So then I just got more into it by then.
Awesome. Love it. What did you learn from your coaches that you're going to take with you to Bismarck State or in general in life?
So my coaches have sort of just taught me, even since I was like a freshman or even junior high, just that helping others grow to be better helps you become like a better person and even like a better teammate to the other people around you.
Yeah, great advice. Great advice. And, is there a player that maybe you looked up to on the Dickinson Trinity team, maybe when you were a freshman and they were a senior, or anyone in particular on your team or another team, past or present, that you would like to play one more match with?
Honestly, even if I'm able to say like my volleyball coach, my varsity volleyball coach, I would love to play a match with her just because I've always looked up to her as a person. She's just been so like uplifting to us. She's been a great coach. And just being able to practice with her and play, I would love to just play another match with her.
Any advice to the future Dickinson Trinity girls volleyball players, maybe the ones in elementary school or middle school that are maybe watched you and Ava play and think, you know what, I'd like to do that myself?
Honestly, like sometimes on a team, you don't always have a position to play at that moment, but just working hard to improve on yourself, it makes it so much better because you never know when your team really needs you.
Absolutely. And I imagine that science classes maybe were some of your favorite. You're going into the medical field. Any other classes at Dickinson Trinity that were your favorites?
Honestly, I really loved my math classes. I don't know why. I just always loved my teachers. So then I just loved getting into math.
Yeah, great. And before games, of course, different players have different rituals, traditions, superstitions, whatever you want to call it. Anything that goes on like the pregame meal or a pregame ritual or anything that goes in the music playlist?
So in our locker room, we play a ton of random songs, but the main music that we listen to is just Rihanna to get us ready for the game. And then right before we get out for warm-ups, we always go and say a prayer, and then we like fold our hands together. And that's definitely one of my favorite things that we do.
Awesome. Awesome. And Delany, anything else you want to mention? Anybody you want to thank for helping you get to this point?
Honestly, I would just like to thank my team and coaches for being able to get me this far. I'm really grateful for having them.
That's Delany Deschamp from Dickinson Trinity, going to be part of the Optimists Volleyball All-Star Series. Delany, thanks for the time, and we'll see you on the court this summer.
Thank you.
Joining us now, part of our 2024 North Dakota Optimist Volleyball Series player profile. She is Hope Gaddie. This interview brought to you in part by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. And for you, Hope, your senior year to get nominated to an all-star game like this in North Dakota, what does it mean for you?
Well, I'm just really excited to be competing again since I'm not going on to college. I think it's a good final opportunity for me to end my volleyball career.
And it's kind of cool too with the Rough Riders. There's really a lot of proud history in volleyball at Red River, and to have yourself, but also a fellow teammate with you and Hannah Linsiger playing on the same team. What does that mean to kind of continue the Rough Rider tradition in terms of having really good players, but also what you guys have been able to do in the classroom as well?
Well, I've been playing with Hannah for quite a while, so I'm excited to play with her and have one last final hurrah there for a game. And I've always loved Red River Volleyball. I feel like it's just such a great environment, so I'm really happy to be representing them. So,
when you take a look back at your volleyball career, what's one or two memories that come to mind to you most? What's one of your favorite memories, so to speak, here?
One of my favorite memories this past year actually was beating my school record for digs. That was a really great experience, and I felt very supported by my teammates, friends, coaches, family. So it's a great memory.
What makes libero such a unique role in volleyball for you, Hope?
I love the hustle. I feel like just throwing yourself on the floor, going for every ball. It's just so much fun to me, and I love it.
Take us through what your plans are coming up in the fall once the Optimist Volleyball Series is done, kind of puts a bow on your high school career.
Well, I'll be attending UND in the fall as a freshman, and I'll be studying biology on the pre-dental route.
What made a UND and also bio with pre-dental, what made, both of those kind of fit for you specifically?
Well, UND is close to home, but I will be living in the dorm, so I feel like I'll get that experience as well as still having my parents around a little bit to help. And biology, I've just always loved science, so I feel like that's something I want to do.
Favorite class then, is it safe to say, is it bio, or is it something else that you enjoyed most at Red River?
All types of sciences and medical classes is what I'm into. So
Take us back through, if you could tell someone, that's, 13, 14 years old that wants to have an opportunity to play in an all-state game like this, maybe be an all-state or all-conference selection hope. What would be some words of advice that you'd like to pass down?
I would probably just say never give up on a ball. That's my one thing that I love. So just making sure you go for everything.
And then from there, superstitious at all? Did you or did the team have to do anything? Did you as a player by yourself have to do anything before you kind of got to a first serve?
I wasn't really superstitious at all, no, but I did like to wear my hair in a little bubble braid. So
And then from there, Hope, what does it mean from the Red River point of view we kind of talked about, but what are you looking forward to most for this Optimist Volleyball series? Obviously playing volleyball one more time, you're going to get a whole a crop of players across the state. What are you looking forward to most from a player's point of view?
just being that I do have a couple teammates that are playing in this as well, I'm excited to play with them one more time at this high level. So
And then final thing, I know it's a little unique with red and blue. There's not A versus B or East versus West, but when you saw the roster, is there someone that you're excited to get to know a little bit more or have a chance to play against or with, so to speak, for a couple of days?
I've watched Fargo North's libero Evie Berg a little bit this season, and she's really, really good. So I'm excited to watch her play too.
Hope, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck at UND moving forward, and congrats on making the Optimist Volleyball series.
Thank you so much.
On our Optimist Volleyball Player Profile Series, we're chatting with Ava Jahner from Dickinson Trinity. And Ava, first of all, thanks for the time. You have a special distinction of being in the midst of two different All-Star Series, with the Softball All-Star Series as well, representing Dickinson High.
Yep.
Before we get into the Optimist side of things, how does it feel to kind of have this whirlwind where you've got two All-Star Series in kind of a week span?
It's great. It's been super busy, but it's an honor to be on both teams. So
when you found out that you were specifically on the Optimist side going to be competing in that All-Star Series, was there anyone in particular that you were really excited to know that you were going to play with?
honestly, there was a lot of people, but hearing that I would get to play against a lot of the girls that I've been competing against for the last however many years is really exciting because, you get to see them across the net and you know how they play. So it's definitely going to be different to be able to play with them, but I'm excited too.
And you also get to share this experience with Delany Deschamp, your teammate. That's got to be a pretty fun experience as well.
Yeah, no, it would have been great to be able to be on her team. We're going to be playing against each other, but I've never had that side of her either. So that'll be interesting for sure.
A little bit of an additional rivalry there now that the high school days are over. The gloves are coming off, if you will.
Yeah.
Ava, you've had a lot of opportunities to play some great games and to play with some great players. Of course, that Dickinson Trinity program is an excellent program out there for volleyball. Is there anyone in particular that maybe if you were an eighth grader or a freshman or someone on another team or someone maybe on a collegiate team that you thought it was really cool that you'd love to share the floor with and play a match with, the volleyball side?
I would say Alexa Walby was our setter for a long time. She set for my sisters. So that would have been really cool to be able to play with her. I watched her for so many years when I was little, showing up to my sister's games. So getting a chance to play with her would have been awesome.
Had a lot of opportunities to compete in many games for Dickinson Trinity and Dickinson as well on the softball side. Any particular favorite sports memories?
I don't know if there's a specific event, but getting to play with a lot of different people, different personalities, getting to meet different coaches. I've had the same coaches for 5-6 years. So building that family aspect with them, they're like my second parents. So yeah, getting to know all those people is definitely my favorite part.
You mentioned your coaching staff. Anything in particular you've learned from them that you're going to take with you for the rest of your life?
Probably embracing the pressure. We always try to do stuff in practice that's going to translate into games. So learning to do everything with a purpose basically is what I would say I'm going to take with me.
And maybe you've learned some additional things from your coaches that maybe you could pass on to the next generation. What's advice for future Dickinson Trinity volleyball players?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that Coach Sisson has given us, but probably just that not to take it so seriously. I mean, obviously, every game, every point is important, but volleyball is so much more than that. It's not just about winning every game. It's about meeting your teammates, meeting new people, and embracing the support around you. You know, you have so many people showing up to your games. We have such a good fan base at Trinity. So, yeah, just playing for people other than yourself.
Been kind of a whirlwind for you. You've graduated from high school. Now you're going to this softball All-Star series. And before you know it, that'll be over and you'll be on to the next thing. What's the plans for this fall?
So I'm going to be playing volleyball and softball at DSU, and then I'm going into nursing there as well. So it's definitely going to be really busy, but we'll get it figured out.
Well, in our All-Star Player Profile Series, both here for the Optimists and the Lions All-Star, a lot of young ladies have kind of felt that call, if you will, to pursue a nursing career, a nursing path. What was it for you that made you decide to go down that route?
A lot of my family is in the medical field. I have a couple aunts that are PTs. My mom's a nurse. My sister's a rad tech. My other sister's a dietitian. So I've kind of been around that my whole life. My mom kind of had the chance to try and talk me out of it because she knows how tough it is. But I think she's going to be a great person for me to kind of lean on during school because she's been through it. You know, she can definitely help me through it. So
I imagine that maybe some science classes were some of your favorites at Dickinson Trinity. Any other classes or academic opportunities at Trinity that you remember that were your favorites?
yeah, I'm kind of a math person. You know, I like distinct answers. Other classes where it's like you can kind of interpret it your own way are definitely not my thing. So math would probably be my favorite just because there's a set in stone answer.
Do you have any favorite pregame meals, music that goes on the playlist, rituals, traditions, things like that?
There's a lot of random stuff that I do that I probably don't even notice I'm doing, but usually I have either a Red Bull or a Celsius before the game. That's just something I've always done to kind of get me jacked and ready. I'm sure a lot of other girls do that too. I'm not sure if it's super good for you, but it definitely helps me. Yeah, that would be the main thing. Yeah.
So maybe don't ask your dietitian sister about the Red Bull situation.
Yeah, definitely not. She probably wouldn't approve.
Ava, anything else you want to mention here in our player profile series? Anybody in particular you want to thank?
I would just want to thank all my coaches and my family. They show up to me for every game. You know, there's so many people that drive. My grandparents live in Mott. They drive 30, 40 minutes every time I have a game and try to make it to everything. My parents have always been there for me, my family. Yeah, I would just thank my family and my coaches.
Again, that's Ava Jahner from Dickinson Trinity joining us in our Optimist Volleyball Player Profile Series. Again, you can catch the games next week on your live event. Should be fun. It's been fun getting to catch up with all the players. Ava, thanks for the time, and go have fun this week with softball. We'll see you on the court next week for volleyball.
Thanks for having me.